Oh gosh, where to even begin? I love dogs so darn much. I love all animals. Like, I love animals way more than humans. Sorry, but I'll just stop yapping and get to one of my favorite dogs, Coop. Oh, yay, amazing! Cooper was an interesting dog, little evil, very nice. Foreshadowing to the bunny incident. The bunny incident happened around when I was 4 or 5. So I was in the basement, my brother was too, and I walked up to get a drink and saw an entire freaking adult dead bunny. I remember it so clearly. It was brown, his eye was open, there was no blood. I don't know if I have a picture, but if there is, I'll put it on the screen. But oh my gosh, it was freaking gross. I remember going to my mom, and my brother saw it too, and we both went to our mom and said, there is a freaking dead bunny on the stairs, and she thought it was like a doll, because at that time I was obsessed with freaking bunnies. So we eventually forced her to get out of her seat, and she saw it, and my dad had to scoop it up with a shovel and throw it outside. It was really gross, and bunnies were no longer my favorite animal after that. Next story is about my dog, Matt. Again? He's again dead. But she was a good dog, I think. That's what my mom and dad say. She did a lot of stupid things, like run away from my mom. But the stupidest thing she's ever done was when she was hiking with my mom. I was throwing balls for her on the way. And she wasn't on a leash because that was a pretty trusted hiking spot. And the ball accidentally rolled down the hill. And before my mom could stop her, she starts bolting down like a really, really, really big cliff. And my mom called for her name for hours. But without her coming back, Mom thought she was dead. And so she went back home, I assume sad. And the next day she woke up, and frickin' Maggie, without a scratch on her, was on the porch looking at her like nothing happened. I still don't know how that happened. She ended up bringing the ball back, too, which was nuts. My mom didn't know whether she was happy or mad at that moment. Probably both. Next story, I don't know how I know, considering I wasn't alive yet. Let's get into that. So basically, my mom was driving on the highway, and Cooper was in the back seat. Mom didn't tell me any of this, by the way, but when I told her about it, she confirmed it. Anyway, Cooper was in the back seat, and the window was open fully, and Cooper jumped out of the window, and that was his most recent jumping out of the car window. So yeah, I don't know how I know that story. My mom's never said it to me before. I guess I just remember it. Yeah, cool. Bye. Next story. Next story is about my dog, Bill. Can we just stop this? Speaking of jumping out of stuff, I'm going to tell you about the time Billy jumped out of a boat. Not a moving boat. It was a motorboat that my grandma had. You see, my grandma used to be at a lake house on the lake, near a lake. So she had a motorboat, and she would drive us around and stuff on it. And my dogs would sometimes come along. And for funsie, she would stop the boat and park it so that we could jump off the boat into the lake with our life jackets, obviously, while the dogs watched. Well, while the dogs were tied up. And I don't know why, but somehow Billy got out of his tied up position and jumped off of the boat without a doggy life jacket. That's dangerous. He was fully submerged and underwater, and last time I checked, I don't think dogs know how to hold their breath underwater, but he ended up living. We pushed him back onto the boat, and we enjoyed our time for the rest of the trip. Okay, speed run round. Cooper died from a tater tot hitting his eye, basically causing it to explode. Duffy, my grandma's favorite dog, died from getting run over by a car. Cody, also my grandma's dog, died from cancer, and Caesar, my dad's side of the family dog, also died from cancer, and Maggie died from old age. Okay, now back to fun stories. What's a fun story without the dog almost dying 7 times? So Billy, again, my stupid dog, decided to eat a lot of chocolate. And if you didn't know, chocolate's bad for dogs. and he ate like 4 slices of chocolate cheesecake, a bag of chocolate chips, like almost an entire jar of M&Ms, a whole bowl of grapes, which is also bad for dogs. Oh, and not to mention, he also ate like 2 chocolate cupcakes one time. And one time I accidentally spilled M&Ms on the floor, and he like ate them up because yeah, he just does that, and he's still fine because yeah, he just is. He's cool. Okay, I've been talking way too much about Billy lately, so now it's time for another Maggie story. Except I'm not going to be saying it. My mom will, because I'm so tired of explaining everything. It's so much work. So I'm going to ask my mom for a funny Maggie story.
Okay, so I had my dog Maggie. She was a princess, and she knew it. So what she would do is at 1 o'clock every day, and I worked nights, so I was sleeping during the day. At 1 o'clock every single day, no matter where I lived in many, many houses, many apartments, really, not houses, but we went 1 o'clock, on the bed, off the bed, on the bed, off the bed, on the bed, off the bed, jumping up and down, telling me it was time to go outside and play Frisbee. If I didn't get up fast enough, on the bed, off the bed, down the stairs, up the stairs, on the bed, off the bed, down the stairs, up the stairs. Great. Boy, was she a demanding little thing.
Hey, sorry this video took so long, like 3 months or so. I worked really hard on it and tried to make it as best as possible. I saw that I lost 3 subscribers though, so what kind of viewers are you? Nah, I'm kidding. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I plan on making a part 2 sometime. And hopefully this video comes out before Valentine's Day or after, who knows. But yeah, bye.